All right, welcome back to Tomich Tech Reviews. Today, we are testing out the Dehancer plugin. They also have a standalone version that you can use on web and on your app. And I have been given a free subscription to trial it out. So I want to go through with you. Is it any good? This is going to be my first time looking at it, and we're going to go through the installation instructions, and then we're going to grade some footage together, and I'm going to show you how to use it, and let's talk about it. Let's see if it's worth the money. And if it is, I've got a coupon code for you for 10% off. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. So as we can see here, we're just going to the Dehancer website. Now here, you will go to products, and from products, you can download which version you like. Let's just go for the Pro, as that's going to have all the features, right? So we can go download and try. And then you can choose here which operating system. I'm using Mac. And that seems to work with DaVinci, Final Cut Pro, and the Adobe software system. Let's jump into it. So I'm going to download and try. Great, that's downloading. All right, now I've got my installation. Open up with any zip program, double click to install. Obviously it comes with some instructions, but who reads the instructions? Step by step, continue, agree. It says it takes up around 700 megabytes. Press install, put in my password here. All right, now that should be installed. All right, so I'm just going to open up DaVinci Resolve now. Get to that to load. Okay, so I've just created a new project in DaVinci Resolve, and I'm going to drag some footage from my media pool over. This is actually some old footage that I haven't looked at for a while, but it is shot in S-Log. So I'm just going to drag it into my timeline. Let's just drag a few in here. Let's see what we got. This is something I filmed in Japan. All right, as you can see the footage there. Moving around a bit much, but look, hey. Now I'll go to my color grading section, effects, scroll down, and sure enough, here we go is the Dehancer Pro plugin. So we just drag and drop that on our node. Now, if you want, you can already color correct that node with maybe some different plugins you have, but I'm just going to start completely from scratch with this one. So we've got our node here. We'll just drag that over, and this is going to pull up a bar on the side here with all our information. So it says our input. This is asking the source. Now here I can select choose camera. So I'm going to choose camera and then select from Sony, because I used a Sony A7C Mark II, and it actually does give me a list of Sony cameras to choose from. Now they've got the FX line, they've got the, well, look, they've got what I need, A7C Mark II. So we're selecting that. Great. Now, it does seem to have a bunch of boxes pre-ticked. Now, I'm going to break down all these menus so you can see what we've got here. So, let's just say we're doing the color coding purely through Dehancer. So, obviously, with your input, you can select which camera. You can put how much exposure compensation we've got there. And obviously you can see your curves on the left, on the bottom there. Now we can go to film. As you can see, this is enabled, so this is going to be giving you all different film stock looks. Now, there's a lot to choose from here. And they're all giving you slightly different looks. And you can see there's changing your color profile here. Oh, it's hard to pick. Look, let's just go with the Kodak Color Plus 200. And you can then give how much of that look you want. It seems to be changing the tone. Anyway, we've got that enabled, disabled, enabled, disabled. Then a film developer. So you can give it a bit of a contrast boost. Make sure this is enabled. Oh yeah, nice. Some gamma correction. Some color separation. Okay, I see what that's doing. Or color boost, so kind of enhancing the saturation there. All right, film compensation impact. Oh, once again, make sure this is enabled. I see. color density, expand. So here we can choose our black points, make the darks darker, the whites wider. Sounding a little racist, isn't it? Got some color modes, choose from normal or luma. Then you got print. Now, I'm just gonna leave that under linear. And then you got grain, and now grain is automatically, seems to be added on there automatically. Now look, I'll just put a little bit of grain. Now halation. The halation and bloom is a very popular effect at the moment. This is kind of what gives your highlights, makes them a bit bloomy. How do I explain that to someone that doesn't know this? So look, let's just show you. So with it off and with it to the full, off and to the full, you kind of get this dream type look. It's very popular at the moment with the cinematic looks. I see a lot of the young kids do it. So I'm gonna give this quite a bit of halation and quite a bit of bloom to give me that dream-like look. Now, it says we got film damage, but I think that's only when it's moving. Let's show you off and on at the moment. Off, that's what we started with, on. And I haven't given this any coloring at all inside the program. But that's the thing. So you can add another node so it doesn't mess with your other one, and then you can go and, you know, change all the tools here if you know them a bit more. You've got more room to choose from. You can clip the highlights a bit more, and there we go. And look at that. We now have this real filmic look. Gives you that real Kodak moment. All right, let's try another clip here, because obviously, you know, every clip is going to be different. I'll go back to the start, input, change that to select Sony. Select my camera. Select the exposure compensation. Temperature. It depends what kind of look you're going for, you know. Give it a bit of a... Wait, I've got to enable that. A contrast boost. Yeah, I like a bit of contrast. I'm just going to jump ahead and, you know, we're going to enable our halation and enable our bloom and really, you know. And, oh, this is another really cool feature. The Overscan, right? This can give you like a negative look. So you've got the strips on the side and you've got all different panels to choose from: Super 8, Standard, Super 16. Now you can actually take these little sidebars off, whether you want this like kind of negative look, we want the positive look, or whether you just want it off. And you can move this, how much? You can offset this left to right, you know, right to left, and scale it. Make it even larger. So you can change the effect of that. And then, yeah, you can get that all different types of looks, where you want a bit of a widescreen look. Hey, this is cool. Oh, gate focus. Makes the edges around this a little more blurry. But now, you know, we can get this really, really analog look here. So I really like that overscan feature. Obviously, you've got vignetting. Wow. So let's just you know, turn this off and on. Huge difference, isn't it? Right? That's what it's called. Don't get me wrong. You don't need to like add grain to everything. You can still get a sharp image. You still have a clean image. But yeah, I think it's called Dehancer for a reason. And yeah, now we get this really cool, you know, oldie postcard type film look. I love that, and I love that. So this is pretty cool. Now, hey, I'm gonna use and color Dehancer on this video right here. So that now you can see just how easy it is to use. Quite simply install, plug and play. So then to make sure this is all working, you just go to license info, and here once you've registered, you put in your email, your password, or you can enter your license key and activate the plugin. And it's just as simple as that. So that is Dehancer. Whether you like that look or not, I think it's pretty cool. I really like that cinematic grain, garagey type of retro look. That is my instructional video on how to use it. It is simple, easy, and it makes a great additional tool for your creator looks. All right, if you've enjoyed this video and more tutorials, hit that like button. Are you using Dehancer? And what do you think of it? Anyway, until next time, keep on movie making.